The mothers are suffering in their hearts. What happens if you judge them on top of that? It's equivalent to saying for them to die. I heard personality is fate. Can personality be changed or fixed? It's from when you were born. Medically, it's genetics. How do you change genetics? And they are things of the past. That's the limit of psychology and counseling. They don't give answers. At times, they cause you to turn over and be more confused and irritated. But also, you shouldn't ignore psychology, counseling, and medical things. Why? Because God made humans with personalities and character. He gave intelligence to research. We have to use what we found with our intelligence, but ignoring it completely instead. If you take medicine, Holy Spirit doesn't work. Don't take medicine. Stop it. Many pastors said for me to stop taking medication, and I stopped 3 times. But every time I created a big accident. They were all pastors that loved and cared for me. They are still friends with me. That's a very inhumane action. God made humans intelligible beings. Science is what God gave to us. It's what's God's. If you keep going between two extremes, then there's no choice. I was like that. I said if it feels like I'm criticizing someone, I'm talking about myself. I told you before. Life's crisis. Life's crisis definitely comes to the person whose self is not separated from his parents. It's right. As problem comes, trust of parents becomes shaken. At this time, self is also shaken, and using this, evil spirits put forth and enforce wrong information, knowledge, and thinking. These days, through the internet, these days, students with their iPhones and smartphones go to all sorts of sites, suicide sites, sites on how to make bombs. When I suffered from schizophrenia, I found out how to make bombs through the internet. Do you think there are those sites today up to this point? Don't look for it at home. From this time on, they become enemies with their parents. Up to that point, before God, it was parents. Why? Because self was not separated. But when life crisis and problem comes and the self is shaken, they find a different value system and knowledge. At this time, evil spirits put in something, false knowledge and value systems. At that time, parents become enemies. They say they love their parents, but they're beating them up. Why? Because they love their parents, trying to fix their parents. You have weird value systems. Parents are weird people. Weird people. If I am their child and really love them, should I help them or not? They should. So they are beating up their parents. I don't know how I know that world so much. Pass. Today's weather is hot. Who they trust more than their parents become more valuable to them. It could be their next door neighbor. What was it for me? The Jewish mafia. Why? Because they recognize the individual and love and protect them. The only beings who do that. Parents are enemies. Parents have thrown me away. They risk their lives for the mafia. Those kind of people are all over the place.